Hi guys. Okay, so today we have an awesome recipe for you, actually 3. We are doing a big old ham, we're doing some yummy asparagus, and we're doing some scalloped potatoes. And you can use this meal whenever those irritating relatives come over. Nonna Snowden cooks. The goal is to amuse you and help you keep your family fed. Okay guys, so we're going to start with the ham. And the first thing I'm doing, I got my fresh pineapple. I cut off the top, I cut off the bottom. I got your handy dandy pineapple gut thing that cores it and gives you the nice spirally looking stuff. And I'm doing this on this plate right here because the game plan is to keep the juice to use in the ham glaze. So we're going to be doing this for a minute. And we will get some lovely, lovely pineapple rings out of it. Okay, so now we're going to make the glaze. Y'all see how we cored that pineapple? We got the nice little almost rings. Some of them are actual full rings. Some of them aren't, but I like the fresh pineapple better than the canned, so that's where we're going. Now we got a smoked ham, and it came with a brown sugar ham glaze, but of course we are not going to just stick with that. We will be gussying it up some. And now we got the pineapple juice from when we cored the pineapple and then we squished the outside real good. That's going in there. And we got some Dijon mustard. And I guess that's about 2 tablespoons, give or take. And we got us some honey. 1/3 of a cup, give or take. Okay guys, so y'all saw what all I put in here. Now I'm just whisking it up good. And I'm going to pour this on the top and make sure it gets coated all good and covered and all glazy looking and everything. We're going to toothpick our pineapple and maraschino cherry to the outside of the ham. Now, some people use cloves too. I do not. That is your call. Do what you want to do. Okay. And we're going to need a bunch of toothpicks because we're going to do this all over this thing. All right. And look, if you have leftover on the pineapple, the fresh pineapple, that is tasty in your breakfast cereal if you like breakfast cereal. Okay, so we have put our pineapple and our cherries all over, and we've got our little glaze thing that we were doing. Now this is kind of a weird part. About half of this size of a Coke. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but I'm telling you, trust me on this. Okay, that's about right. And then this is going in the oven. This is going in the oven at, what did I set it for? 275 degrees, and it's going to cook about 2 hours. It's just really warming all the way through. And for the glaze on it. Hi guys. Okay, while the ham is cooking, we're going to get started on the asparagus. And the first thing you got to do is you got to break off the woody ends that are, you know, not tender enough and probably are not going to be tasty. So I'm finna do that on all of this. Then we're going to wrap it in prosciutto, drop some goat cheese and some walnuts on it and slap it in the oven. So the first thing we're going to do, get our handy dandy olive oil, and we're going to coat the asparagus in olive oil. There we go. All right. And just make sure we get all nice and coated. It'll be fine. It'll be nice and tasty. Okay, guys. So we're putting our little asparagus, what'd you call it, thingies together. And we've got half a slice of prosciutto. And we've got 3 stalks of asparagus that we had already previously rolled around in the olive oil. Now we're going to put a little bit of the goat cheese, right? And a little bit of the crushed up walnuts. Okay. And we're going to roll it up and put it in the baking pan or the baked casserole dish or whatever you want to call this thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on some of Mr. Dan Pastorini's garlic and herb on the top of it. And we are going to, when the ham gets done, We will pop in this, and we're also going to pop in the potatoes. But for now, we're just going to put this in the fridge till we get closer to the ham being done. Okay, the ham is in the oven. The asparagus is in the fridge. So we're all good there. Now what we're doing is we're going to get going on our scalloped potatoes. And the first step to scalloped potatoes is grab you a fork and stab the fire out of them. Because the first thing we're going to do is pop them in the microwave for about 5 minutes. That gives us a head start on cooking so that when we do put them in the oven, it won't take quite so long. Now they're all on the plate, going in the microwave. I'm going to say 5 minutes, and then I'll check them. If I want them done a little more, I'll add some minutes, but 5 minutes is a good place to start with the microwave on high. I wound up having to cook them for 10 minutes in microwave on high, and you can see they're not cooked through. They're just a little bit done so that they'll cook faster in the oven. I'm going to come over here and slice these taters up. And you can see they're all nice and toasty.
Slice it, don't crush it.
And we're going to put the first layer of the potatoes in. And you could peel them first if you wanted to. You don't have to keep the peel on, but it's easier and faster. And so, and theoretically, the peel is good for you. So, what are you going to do, right? Now I've got Mr. Dan Pastorini's garlic herb seasoning, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the first layer, and I'm going to do it on each layer. Now, the other thing that we have done is we have sprinkled some bacon throughout, so that's going to be nice and tasty. And I've got a chopped up black olives that I'm fixing to scatter all over this hot mess. So now we're going to start the white sauce. About 1/4 cup of butter. That's going to have to be melted. So we got our melted 1/4 cup of butter, of the good goat butter. Y'all don't forget the good goat butter. So we're going to throw in about 1/4 cup of flour too while we're at it. And there you go. And stir this up real good. And now I got about half a thing of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream that needs to go away. So I'm going to throw that in there. And then from when, Wolfie, Nonna loves you. From when Wolfie was here the other weekend, I have some leftover milk. So that too is going in about 2 cups, I think. Okay, we're going to whisk that up real good and pop it back in the microwave to heat it through. So we microwave this for about 10 minutes. And it is, if you could see, a little thicker than what I would like for it to be. So I'm going to add probably about another half a cup or so of milk. And now I'm going to put in some Romano cheese too to give it a nice flavor. So let's stir this up real good. It's going back in the microwave for about another 2-3 minutes. Okay, so now in my little white sauce I have here, I'm pour some Uncle Polly's ghost pepper and garlic salt. And I'm put some of Mr. Dan Pastorini's delicious garlic and herb. And y'all do not forget to hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the subscribe button. The other thing is, this is not what you would call a low-calorie, low-carb dinner. So you might want to go ahead on and check out Mr. Pranav Anand's exercise videos so that you could lose some of this weight you fixing to put on after all this good food. Okay, guys, look at this beautiful ham that's coming right along. I'm just pulling this out for a minute because I'm going to scoop some of this yummy goodness over it again. Get this going on there. Good and juicy and delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes in the oven with the ham. And the ham has got probably about half an hour left. And then it will be done and delicious. Okay, put that back in. And I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes in and let that start rolling. There we go. Okay. Okay, our ham is done. It looks, Oh, it smells delicious. When they need to put some smell-o-vision on these YouTube things so y'all could smell how delicious this is. Now, I have cranked up the oven, preheating to 375. The taters are not quite done, so they're going to stay in there. And that asparagus with the goat cheese and the prosciutto is going in there. We're going to put some foil over the ham. I'm having issues. Me and the tin foil are not getting along right now. And it's hot. Imagine that. You just take it out the oven and it's hot. Go figure. All right. So I'm going to put a timer on for about, I think it's going to take about 30 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 20 so that I'll come in and I'll check it. I'll see if it needs to go longer. Okay, guys. So this took about 40 minutes. Y'all remember I had set my timer for 20 minutes to come check. And now it is officially done. And the reason we know it's done, oh, there's your delicious potatoes. And here is your yummy asparagus. But let me tell y'all how I know it's done. Because I got my handy dandy fork out and I went, are you done? And it is. So all of that is done. And these are good and done. And that is it. You got your gorgeous ham, you got your gorgeous taters, and you got your amazing asparagus. Cook, skydive, have fun, give back. Check out jumpfortherose.org.